Start the recording. We'll begin. Yes, so this is a session from Power Next Social Welfare Foundation. So we are a group of students and professionals who are working together to empower the youth and engage them in good society work. That is overall what Empower Next does, and we'll also be sharing you the our social media channels and everything. Where in case you want to follow, you can do that and stay updated regarding our programs. Moving on for today's session. So I hope all of you already know the topic, what it is. So first session of the career development series is inside my work routine. And the theme is what I would say students will love a lot. That we always hear these company names and titles that yes, these are the big companies, Pang, Mangoes, something. And we hear about the titles, fancy titles maybe there, SD, SG2, analyst, data analyst, scientist. But what does it actually mean? What is actual corporate life? So that is what we are going to peek into today. And we have all our panelists with us. So I will just briefly introduce the panelists before moving ahead with the today's session. So let me just introduce the panelists one by one. So yeah, so first of all, we have Gaurav Bist. So he's a senior analyst in Mastercard. So one of my seniors, I would say. And he has also previously worked in Mu Sigma. So 3 years at Mu Sigma and then now working at Mastercard for more than 3 years. So Gaurav is, I would say, the most experienced person in our panelist with 6 years of experience. And before joining or coming to his corporate life, he did his graduation BTech in Electronics and Communication from SRM Chennai. So I think we have some students from SRM. So Gaurav, one of your alumni, who is present today, and he will be one of the panelists. Yes, then we have Altaf Khan, who is software engineer at Microsoft, and he has been working there for 3 years. So he has 3 years of experience in the field, seeing the whole AI thing going on. So he's been a part of through all of those stages, and he has done his BTech in computer science from NIT Bhopal. So in 2023, he's graduate. And yes, then we have Harshit Gupta, who is system software engineer at NVIDIA, and he had done his intern in Jaguar Land Rover, and he has done his BTech from IIT Kanpur Electrical, and he's a graduate of 2025. So, as you will guess from the panelist, we have different companies, different titles, different years of experience. So, all of these people coming together to share their own experiences and to give you some insights into the corporate life. So I welcome all the our esteemed panelists, I would say. So welcome Gaurav, welcome Harshit, welcome Altaf. So happy to have all of you here for this first session of our Career Launchpad series. So thank you all of you for joining. And yes, so we'll beginning. Meanwhile, we have more friends joining. So yes, so let's begin with this first session. And yes, all the audience can keep their questions ready. We'll also have some time to ask questions. And you can also try to open your cameras for where is possible so that we can have more interactive experience. But yes, without delay, let's move on to hear something from our speakers, from our panelists. Yes. So I would say first we'll have some common questions which all of you can try to answer so that we can get to know more about all of you, your job profiles, your work life and everything. And then we'll have some specific questions as well. So that is how we'll move ahead. Yes. So to begin with the most important question, I would say. So yes. So Gaurav, Altaf, Harshit, would like to hear from you a little bit about your journey, how you joined your current roles. So transitioning from college life to corporate life, how it all started, how you like get into your current roles, and how your typical work day is, or how much like what is it filled with codes or meetings or commutation, whatever. So we already little bit have an insight into your work life and how you got into the current role. Yes, so let's start with Gaurav. Okay, so Gaurav will take a time. So let's start with Altaf. Altaf, if you would like to go first.
Yeah, hi everyone. Pleasure to meet you all. As Gaurang mentioned, I've been working in Microsoft for 3 years, and when there is a college grad, so fresh out of college, I joined Microsoft. A little bit about my journey. I joined Microsoft as a full-time engineer directly, and previous to this role, I had no experience in any sort of internship in tech. So I joined in 2023. I would say when I was in college and I did not get any internship, I was a little down at that point of time. But then I had realized that I have done my work, and eventually the opportunity came in my final year, and I was able to crack that. Uh, I joined Microsoft in 2023 and I have been working there. I have worked in two different teams there. Uh, Probably you will never hear of it because it's some internal tooling. So you can just assume that I work in Teams and the SharePoint side of things in Microsoft. When I joined in 2023, as Gaurang said, I was the one who saw every stage of that AI development and how that came into picture. So when I joined, it was like uh, fairly vanilla at that time, the AI. We were able to ask questions, it would answer, and then we'll just manually copy and paste whatever the suggestion or the code is, review it. It was a long process in 2023. Uh, Cut to 2026, I think none of us, the expectations from our leadership team at Microsoft is that no developer should be writing a single line of code by themselves. So I have seen it all. My typical workday was very different in 2023. It's very different in 2026. So in 2023, we used to have a lot of discussions, a lot of meetings around what do we want to do, how do we want to do it, how do you want to design stuff and all. 2026, it's more about, hey, what did you do with this AI agent, and how do you improve the productivity of the team, or how fast were you able to uh, land a feature. So, typical workday, I think working at Microsoft has been a little bit of, I have seen both sides. Mostly it's pretty chill work-life balance, but there were some days where I had to stretch, not days, even weeks. I think, yeah, yeah, that's mostly it from me. I think if yeah, anyone has any questions, they can ask.
Yes, surely. So anyone has any question, you can post in chat. And I mean, anyways, we'll have very good time at the end also. Yes, so that's thank you, Altaf, for the answers. Yes, moving to Harshit. So Harshit would like to take up.
Yeah. Hey guys, how are you? So my journey has been like fairly new for now. Like I have been only 1 year experience. So it started with my internship at JLR. So that was like a 2 months intern, and it got me into like what we call the new corporate life. So it was a new thing, so exciting. But yeah, I got to learn a lot of things, but sadly didn't got the PPO. Then in the placements, I was able to crack NVIDIA, and so yeah, here I am now. And like my typical day is like majorly majorly like using AI. Till the time I joined, AI was already quite smart, so it is able to do a lot of things now. And yeah, if you have any questions. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Harshit. Yes, moving on to Gaurav. Gaurav, if you would like to share your experience or your dear
Yeah,
Mastercard is.
yeah. Am I audible though? Just checking mic settings.
Yes, yes, Gaurav.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Pleasure to meet you all. When Gaurang first asked me to present in this session, I was quite glad. I had no idea what is this all about like. So totally new to this kind of exposure. But yeah, let me take you through my journey and my experience so far. So I graduated way back in 2019. So it's been a long time since how I landed here. So all started with sitting in the placements. The very first company that I sat for was Mu Sigma, and I cracked it, and I got into there. And after that, I was not allowed to sit in other companies, so I sort of landed in Mu Sigma, and therein I worked 3.5 years under different analytics roles. So different type of industries that we have, starting with my experience in retail analytics. I spent 2 years almost there, playing around with the data, building insights from that data, presenting it out to the stakeholders in a consulting kind of fashion. And then post that, I moved into the pharma vertical, wherein the medical, the pharma aspect of data was something we got introduced to. And again, the similar kind of engagement, like interacting with the stakeholders, solving their business problems, something like that. And post that, after 3.5 years, I wanted to move out of that kind of experience, wanted to try different fields, different areas of avenues per se. So I started exploring and sitting for placements, looking out for other job profiles with the similar kind of experience that I had developed in 3.5 years. So after giving few interviews, few companies, one of them was Mastercard, and I chose to decide to move to Mastercard. One of the main reason was that I also wanted some kind of change in terms of cities, in terms of experience. So my first company was in Bangalore, so Pune was something which sort of felt like something to start new and fresh. So I took this decision and joined Mastercard in around 2022. So yeah, and it has been 3.5 years here in this company as well. Here working mostly in the finance kind of data, the bank's data that you have, trying to solve problems related to the different insights that get posed to us in front of us. So yeah, I mean, working different kind of projects within Mastercard as well. I don't want to bore you with the details, but yeah, that is how my journey is. Around 6.5 years of experience so far, and yeah, it has been. What do you say, a roller coaster in certain which ways. I mean, certain times it is hectic, certain times you don't really know how the weeks are going, and certain times it is smooth. So a mixed bag of all of those emotions and those journeys sort of, cements your position forward in this way. And yeah, it keeps on going like that. Coming to my daily work. So daily work starts with going through the emails. I mean, planning for the day, as in what are the important meetings for the day, who's going to drive that, what would be the agenda for the meeting, do we need something to prepare for that meeting, stuff like that. Then I have a couple of folks under me, so managing kind of their work, how would their day look like, if they are having any problems, answering to that. And apart from that, the projects that I'm involved in, with they all come with different amount of deadlines. Gaurang would know that. So certain times the stakeholders are quite demanding as well. So basis that, yeah, I mean juggling everything one at a time at a day. And then of course there are certain coffee breaks, certain TT breaks, stuff like that, and that is how constitute the day. So yeah, that is how my day looks like.
Yes, thank you all
Yes.
for your detailed answer. I think that was good for students to know. Yes, so coming up with a very, I would say, short kind of question. So, question to all of you. So, if I ask you, what do you think are the skills that matter most in your roles? Like all the students we have, like as students, we have idea that yes, this is what SD role means this is what analyst means. But if we ask you that which skills you do you think are the most important for your role, if you look at your daily life, then what will be your answers? Yes, starting with Gaurav, what do you say? I would say which
Okay.
school, which skills and which tools also.
Yes, I don't have a straightforward answer to that. Depending on the kind of role that you want to foray into, that answer would change. But I think what for me worked the most is the curiosity to learn, no matter how technical tools you want to go ahead, what sort of technologies you sort of work with. I think the most important thing is that the just to learn continuously and have that sort of an insect within you, wherein you want to figure out things on your own. That is something that takes you the maximum. I mean, be it any sort of technical skills. I mean, that varies from different type of roles that you do, but even at when you start, right, you don't start at the 100%. You start at certain 30-40%, and then when you have this kind of curiosity to learn, learn from your mistakes, learn from other people's observing around you, seeing around you. I think that is something what I would say is the most important skill as and when you start your journey, that curiosity to keep you driving forward. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Altaf, what do you say?
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree with Gaurav 100%. I think the most important thing that you can do, especially in tech, is to stay curious. I mean, we are in a time where, as you mentioned, you asked the question what tools we use. So I think we all can agree that tools change every 6 months or so, especially now, and also when you are in a certain organization, your roles change. Sometimes you're working on back end, sometimes you're working on front end, sometimes you're working on an internal tool and anything. Basically, I think curiosity is what keeps you alive in tech at all times, uh, just to learn and just because one day you'll be working in systems, one day you'll be working in somewhere else. Tools change, AI models change, and frankly speaking, I think after a lot of AI tools, the learning curve has gone down a bit. I mean, most of the tasks we are giving it to AI and just expecting it to be done. Sure, that will work. I think that will keep working for some time. But how do you upskill when all of your work is getting done by AI? That's where the curiosity parts comes in, I think.
Great. Yes, Harshit, you would like to add anything?
Yeah, definitely I would agree that curiosity is one of the things that definitely would help anyone grow. But one more thing which I think has helped me is like just being active and responsible for the tasks or anything that you have been assigned. Like if you are stuck, just go and ask the question. If you are like not sure like what to do or anything, just be responsible that this thing has been assigned to you. So you have to make sure that I need to get this done no matter what. Even if like that includes learning new things, maybe going to a lot of folks to ask some things and anything that maybe. So yeah, that's one of the thing. Like in college, I will say our goal is to like get things done. But for corporate, I will say you should be more like fully able to understand what you are doing and responsible for any of the consequences that that task might going to have. So yeah.
Great. Great. Thank you. So I would say this is a very important insight for all the students. That sometimes students are very focused on tools, which tools you are learning, which language you are learning. But yes, at the end, curiosity and your ability to learn is much more valued in corporate. Yes, that is very valid point. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, so coming to the next one, I would say, so as per your perspective, what do you think is something students uh, think about your job which is completely wrong? So even if you look at your lives, You would have some idea about your job profile, how it is going to be, but it may have been a little different. And similarly, there are students who would having some kind of rosy kind of ideas about any job profile. But what do you think is something which most of the students or even people in general, if you talk about the family members, they have misconceptions about your job role. So what is that one thing that would be there? So I think Altaf will be interested to answer this. So just think first to Altaf.
Yeah, I think most people would think that working in tech is all about coding and just that we just you just log into a computer and just code the entire day, and usually it does not happen a lot. Not with me at least. I think there are a lot of meetings that you will have to attend. There are some stakeholders meeting, and then there are design meetings, and there like lot of meetings. I think the amount of time that you actually work is pretty less. The amount of time that you decide that what you want to work on and how do you want to do it, that is more than the actual execution time. So I think this is one of the misconceptions which people think that these companies, these product-based companies, will just go in there with your like DSA prepared and just do start the coding. It does not happen. Like you have to be learning something every day, and yeah, most of the times things change, and you'll have to adapt. That is what I'm saying.
Mhm. I would say I also had this misconception earlier. But yes, learn new things. Yes, Harshit, you would like to go?
Yeah. So, what I want to say is that what I think there is some misconception is that you will be the one um, building a lot of the big features. But in like corporate, it's never like that. It's mostly like you will be implementing very small chunks of the tasks that are given, and it's never like a single person build the AWS and stuff like that.
Yeah. Correct, very correct. Yes, Gaurav.
Yeah. I don't have a defined answer for this. I mean, people with different backgrounds can expect different kind of things. Like they all can understand, oh, you are from IT, so you'll have to be like in the software computer aspect of it. Some people who have some kind of knowledge, they'll be like, okay, you are in a product consulting firm, so you will your day might involve in going into conversations, going into business meetings, going into external sites to visit and all that. I don't have any defined answers for that. So when I joined, I was like, I came with a clean slate, like okay, without having much preconceived notions about anything or anything that would be thrown upon me. I went with a blank slate, be neutral, and take it as it comes and absorb it as it comes. So that is what my approach was, irrespective of what you think might be your day, because it keeps changing every 6 months. With every year, you have revised duties, revised plannings, and revised responsibilities. So that keeps on changing. So going on with a clean slate and without any bias, I think that would be something to go with.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Gaurav. Great. So that was nice, I would say. So we'll move to some specific questions, I would say. So just checking if audience have any questions before I move to my questions. So in case anyone has any questions, feel free to speak up or type in chat. Okay, so I think Dipanshu wants to ask something. Okay, anyone? Any questions? Okay, all right. So meanwhile, you get your questions. I will start. I will begin with mine. Okay. So first question. Okay, Shikar has one questions. Question. Yes, Shikar.
Okay, I hope I'm audible. First of all, and then thank you for and such a wonderful session. Like we are getting to meet with, I mean, those who are already in this industry, trying to uh, work. So it's really nice to, first of all, I mean, meet these employees who are working in different industries. So, uh, like I wanted to ask a question when Altaf was saying that, like Altaf Bhaiya was saying that we more than AI, I mean, if at all one uses AI, so there won't be a need to learn. Oh, but at least, Bhaiya, I mean, what I was told in my college is that once you just pass on the, let's say this, once you just get into some company, then it's like you should know how you should do the work. Other than that, technical stuff and all, AI, देख लेगा, I mean, AI will see. So, is it true? I mean, how to use AI and what is it?
I think what you said, AI sab dekh lega. It's not like that. AI sab dekh lega, sure. But then how will you move up into your career, right? Uh, Same prompting I can do, same prompting someone who has joined freshly out of college can do. The difference might just be that some internal information about the systems. Yes, it will happen. AI will do most of your work now, but you'll still have to be debugging if AI makes some mistakes. And it does make mistakes. It still makes mistakes. It's not perfect yet. Uh, uh, Maybe in future it will be better, but it does make mistakes. And when that it makes mistakes, and you don't know what it has written, what code it has written, and you have no idea about it, how are you going to debug it? So yeah, AI is helpful, but you should also be upskilling.
So, is it like AI can do, but I mean, in order to maybe make some changes in the activity, maybe.
Every set of changes go through some reviews, right? You write code. Once you write code, someone else will review, right? And
Okay.
it's mostly most of the times it's folks who have information about it, right? Now AI is like your colleague which is writing code, and now you will have to review the code. If you don't know the technical aspect of it, how are you going to review the code?
So is it like I have to know, I mean, the complete, like, जैसे पहले coding करते थे, so I need to know the complete coding because now I get a lot of help from AI even while I'm
I mean,
preparing for my placements.
you'll feel yourself slacking off. I mean, there will be times you'll be like, okay, just give it to AI and it will do it, and it's fine some of the times. But if you do it every time, I won't say that you need to know as much because the information is readily available anywhere now, at least about the common things about coding. But if you're like just blank and you just don't know anything, you're just prompting AI and just not reviewing anything and just doing it. One day you'll feel that you have not learned anything, and
Okay.
when you prepare to switch, and I mean, say if you spent 3 years, 4 years at an organization and you did all of your work with AI, sure you'll be able to explain what you did. How are you going to explain how you did it? How did you solve complex problems? How did you solve problems which no one was able to, or where debugging was difficult? Those type of questions you won't be able to answer. So that's what I'm saying. You won't be able to move into your career as much as possible if you're not learning stuff yourself.
Mm. Makes sense. Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you so much.
Hey, I would like to add some things as well. So, think of AI as not your like um, some partner who will do everything for you. Think of it like um, a tool by which you don't have to write code by hand. You still need to think what needs to be done, how it needs to be implemented, what's your design strategy, and all those things. So basically, AI is still probabilistic, right? It's not deterministic, so it will make mistakes. And if like you are following upon AI news, you will have seen that today AI is too agreeable. Like if you ask it things, it will say, okay, these are like this. And if you say, no, these are not like this, it will say, yeah, you are correct. These are not like this. So I will say basically treat it as a tool. You still need to know things like how you want to implement, and AI also doesn't know like what can be the future improvements that you might be have planned. So you need to account for those things as well while doing the task. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Altaf. Thank you, Harshit. So already a lot of buzz around AI. That's why we have kept our second session specific to AI. So we'll get to know more on that in the second session. Yes, Ankit, you want to ask any question?
So I just want to ask you, how much do communication skills play a role in IT sector and all?
Okay. Great. So why would you like to take this up regarding communication skills?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
How much do communication skills matter
Uh,
in this?
okay. Well, the straight answer is yes. They do matter a lot. I mean, it also kind of depends in what sort of role that you want to go ahead. If you want to go in a consulting kind of role, wherein your job task would involve communicating with different stakeholders, so they would be from different geographies, not just from India. So you need to be at least convincing enough so as to able to explain the kind of problem that persistent has. So that would be better if you are, in a much more effective way of communicating your problem statement. That is there. Other than that, even in a common meeting scenario wherein you have a lot of pointers, but you do not know how to structure it well, how to present it out well, maybe the essence of what you're trying to say at the end of the day is not coming out the way that you have thought it in your mind. So uh, that is again very important because that is what would take your visibility at the end, year end discussions kind of thing, right? Wherein you will be just basis how effectively you are able to put your point forward. And apart from that, even in general common settings, I think communication is something that would give you a additional edge over others, right? Because people would remember you that, okay, this folk has a better way of presenting. So maybe if you are very hardcore at developing things, but you do not, but you kind of struggle in communicating it and putting it forward in a nice, efficient way, maybe that role would move to someone else who's maybe better at doing that kind of job, right? So overall, I feel it is really important, specifically in the corporate section, but it sorts of depends on what kind of role you want to enter. There are certain roles which are totally core and core technical, wherein you are required to do in and out back end development. So therein it would be bit less required. But at the end of the day, in meetings, in your internal meetings as well, what will make you stand out is basically how you communicate about them. So yeah, it is important.
Yes.
Can you speak something about specifying points? At second points, you said that you need to structure your points. What do you want to say? Can you specify that?
Let's say you are in a stakeholder conversation, right? Wherein you want to explain them that what is the flaw in your current logic, in their current logic, right? So you'll have few, four, five, six pointers that you want to communicate, right? So how would you start it? How would you set the context? That would be essential. You don't want to bombard them with all the information at once so that they get lost, right? So how simplistically can you put forward your thoughts? How you can structure your thoughts in a way that are lucid enough for them to understand, right? How do you even answer their questions? Like, let's say they understood what you're trying to say, but they have a cross question on that, and once you answer that, you're all over the place. So you have to structure your thoughts in a way it is very simplistic enough for the other person to understand. And there are all these small things that goes into how do you actually plan your flow, how do you structure your thoughts, how do you speak with pauses in between, how do you ask for questions, how do you sense the basically the connection of what your thoughts and thought processes are. So that and all constitute of how effectively you communicate.
Thank you so much.
Okay. We have, I think, one more question from Aman. Yes, Aman.
Yeah, Gaurang. So, uh, first of all, I'm thankful to all the panelists for joining for this panel. And it was really a wonderful experience to meet people working in big tech. So, my question is for to Altaf sir, that if someone wants to crack off-campus Microsoft, so what will be your good suggestions that will really work for him to crack? Because since you're an inside man and you might be meeting a lot of employees working at Microsoft.
Uh, uh,
Would you like to share?
I don't have a short answer for advice how to crack, because I myself have not cracked it off campus. But what I can see from what's happening around me is that people who have recently been hired, they do have strong technical skills, except for the AI part. Like you are expected to be knowledgeable about the AI stuff, but they still do have the core skills. And I think from my personal point of view, I have seen couple of scenarios. So couple of interns joined my team, and one of them got the PPO, one of them didn't get the PPO. The reason the one that got the PPO was that they were good in technical areas. Both of them were hardworking. I think hardworking is good. It's mandatory, but technical skills definitely play a huge part. And also, you'll get an edge if the job that you're applying for, the role that you're applying for, it has some requirements. Let's say, for example, someone is asking if you know AWS or if you know Kubernetes. So in that case, you'll definitely have an edge over others if you're applying to specific roles and you have knowledge about that domain. Uh, and if applying, I mean, obviously, you must have heard that you can get referrals, and there are some internal hirings as well. The jobs have not been posted. So in that case, I think building your connections, building your network, having folks from different companies, different organizations in your contact list or in LinkedIn definitely helps. Because as I said, there are some internal job openings before getting posted. So work on your DSA, work on your core skills. Communication skills is also one of the major parts. I mean, let's say it didn't help you much in your tech, but it will definitely help you in your life overall. So yeah, there's that. I don't again, I don't have a short advice on how to crack an offline opportunity, but yeah, again, keep applying, keep learning, and you'll get there one day. One day.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Altaf. I knew that this question would be coming. So yes, thank you for this answer. Okay, so I think we have just a few minutes remaining. So yeah, so I would say I had a lot of questions in line, but let's keep it short. Let's keep it to the point. So yes, so let's have a rapid fire round. There's a short one, quick answers, I would say. So let's try this. Okay, so all of you can give in your pitch in your answers for all of these questions. So let's try this. Okay, so your favorite AI tool,
Cloud, cloud code.
Claude. Okay,
Cursor,
which one, Harshit?
cursor.
Cursor. Okay, Gaurav, yours,
Claude.
Claude.
I think
Okay,
the answer mostly depends on who has used what. I think I've never used cursor, so I
yeah,
cannot really comment on that.
sure, sure. That's there. Okay, which is your you can say dream job location?
Dream job location. Actually, it's remote, permanent remote job. You can work
Okay,
from any. You can work from anywhere.
Okay, but which city? Which city would you prefer your job to be?
Uh, I mean, I'm pretty happy with Hyderabad in India, but if I had to choose globally, I would one day like to go to New York.
Okay, great. Yes, Gaurav Arshit.
I kind of agree with that remote job, and that remote you can decide wherever you like. So
Okay, very valid. Yes, Arshit.
Yeah, actually, same for me as well. But if I'll have to choose work location, then I will choose it to be Gurgaon or Noida, close to my home location.
Yeah, that's a very important factor. Okay. Yes. I have a question to ask you. So, if you are a book reader, which book has influenced you the most? It can be, yeah, related to subject, it can be some science fiction novel, whatever. But which book you think has influenced you the most?
I am out of this question. I'm not a book reader.
I'm also not a book reader at all.
I've never finished a single book in my entire life.
Okay, so we have a different generation now.
uh,
Yes, Gaurav.
okay. Well, I have read a few books. I do not have any genre per se, but one book that sort of stuck with me was this book wherein which talks about the title of the book was something like five people you meet in heaven, like an afterlife kind of thing, and looks back on how your life has been throughout, like how you perceived your life in entirety, and there are different moments that sort of leave a mark on you and others around you, and how would that impact? So that was something that sort of stayed with me. So, yeah.
Great. That's nice to hear. Okay. So, yeah. So, we'll end with the final question. So, all you shared your experience. That was very nice. So, now I think I also received this question in the Google form which we had shared. So, what is one thing you would have changed if you were back in your final year? Or what is one piece of advice you would like to give to the students who are just in their final year?
Okay, I can start. One piece of advice I feel is something. Is the just to keep continuously learning. I think that is something that takes you places. And apart from that, I would also say that wherever you are going, wherever you are approaching, try to go with a neutral slate. I think that has really helped me a lot, because if you have a lot of expectations around people, around certain workplaces, and they do not meet that expectations, you might end up getting disappointed. So it's good to be neutral in that sense and have that gist of continuously learning and continuously working on yourself, and be a better version of who you are today. So I think that is something I would advise for everyone starting their careers.
Mm, yeah, I can go next. So one thing that I would change is that there was a time between me getting placed and the joining date, which was almost a year apart. And in that phase, I was not like I did not do anything. I did not have any hands-on coding experience because I just completely left. I felt like I've got placed and now I don't have to do anything. Sure, you're placed, but if you have hands-on experience and if you're continuously on the loop, then you'll be able to gel much faster. You'll be able to learn much faster when you join your role. So yeah, I kind of agree with Gaurav's thing that you should keep learning, and the learning should never stop. Even you can chill, obviously, once you get placed, but yeah, don't stop learning.
Yeah, I will agree with Altaf and Gaurav as well. So keep learning, focus on the core CS fundamentals. Like they are not used directly, but they will help you connect with a lot of stuff that you're doing, especially if you come in embedded or system software. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So I think uh, that should be it. So thank you. So it's 6:48. So let's end it up here. But thank you everyone for joining. Thank you all our panelists, Gaurav, Altaf, Harshit, for sharing your experience. I would say I would eh, two things I would say I would like to take away that all of you have some backset in your, I would say setback in your, you can say coming to this current role. But all of you, like I heard all of your cases, so it is very nice that we should never lose hope. And second thing is that we should never stop learning. That is one thing I would like to take back. And yeah, so happy to hear from all of you. So just now I will just post the, you can say the social media channel so empower next, and also we'll be sharing a feedback form in our WhatsApp channel. So in case you have any further questions, in case you have any further questions for next upcoming sessions, any suggestions, we'll be happy to hear that. So thank you all the participants, all the students, thank you our speakers, and we meet next Saturday. And yes, keep learning, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thanks everyone for
Everyone, hope to see one of you as my colleagues someday.
Thank you very much, Bhaiya.